we as men have to understand and recognize that our actions that our words accompany with our actions are really what's important.
Yeah.
That if you say something, your actions better
Back it up.
so that you can stay on that pedestal or that stand on that mantle or whatever it is your partner has you on.
Right.
Stay in a positive light in their eyes.
Yeah.
Because if you're constantly promising something and then backtracking and you become unreliable, then they're gonna stop asking you for things because they're not gonna trust that you can complete or do things.
Welcome back to another episode of Life After I Do. I'm your host, Nisha D, and I'm here with my husband, Molitho.
Hey, bub.
Hi, babe.
I only have one thing to say to you right now. From beginning to end, 365 days of the year, I need to say
your glasses are fogging
baby.
up. Are you hot?
Yes, I'm hot. You got me hot and bothered. All I wanna do
is with you.
Just keep on loving you.
That's not the part I was singing. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Boskies.
Hi.
Welcome home.
Thanks. I was gone for 2 days.
You had me out here single for 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
I had to fight them off with a stick.
Who was them?
Them in the gym.
Them in the gym?
Yeah.
Who, Nipples?
Ain't nobody checking for me.
You had to fight Nipples off in the gym?
Nipples was covered this week.
Oh, did she? Yeah, her favorite shirt must be dirty.
It must have been a laundry day.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, it must have been a laundry day.
It must have been a laundry day. Yeah, you know when you go to the gym and like you start seeing the regulars, you know, you start giving them nicknames. We've given one of the young ladies there a nickname.
She ain't young.
She looks like she's probably in her early to mid 30s. That's young.
No. Okay.
We've dubbed her as Nipples.
Because
everything
show but the nipples.
Her shirts her bralettes. She doesn't even wear a sports bra. Her bralette cannot get any lower.
I mean, the fellas ain't mad about it.
No, it's not. And it's actually quite entertaining to watch how everybody be trying to focus on their reps and stuff, but then she comes over there with her 10-pounders.
And ruining people's day.
She comes over there with her 10-pounders and she makes her scrunchy face.
Okay, enough about nipples. How was your week, Boskies?
Oh, my week was good. How was your week?
That was it?
Yeah.
Well, my week was pretty good. Besides the fact that, we messed up the video last week, so we had no video. That made me mad. And then
so you got an audio, but for those of you who watch us,
we didn't get
you didn't get no visual.
And then the other part is I was lonely for the last 2.5 days.
Oh my goodness. I was gone for 2 days.
2.5. Lonely.
It was okay.
I am so lonely.
You're so dramatic.
I had nobody
to call my own.
I said, now I understand what Phoenix be saying.
What, when I'm gone?
I said, I ain't got nobody to sleep with me. I'm in this big house by myself.
That's what she said last night when she was trying to convince me to get in my bed. She was like, Mom, you have somebody to cuddle with. I don't have anybody in my bed.
Yeah, look here. It's like I always tell you, when y'all leave and I get the house to myself, the first day and a half is really nice. Mm-hmm. I get to go do things without being bothered.
Right. That's why I be trying to tell you, like, how are you not living your best life?
I get to nap randomly. Nobody's bothering me.
Right.
I get to watch whatever without people complaining about.
Then at the end of the day,
cut the volume down.
Right.
But then
by the end of the day, you be like,
after about 36 to 40 hours, I'll be like, I need my family back.
Bye.
It's too quiet around here. Ain't nobody stumping.
No attitudes being thrown.
No attitude being thrown.
No Law and Order being played.
I don't hear no gym mats getting beat up. My life is just not in sync.
Your life is not.
I was able to sit down and play Call of Duty unbothered. I said, what is this?
Nobody came into your room bothering you.
Nobody asked me for batteries.
Nobody asked you a million questions.
Nobody said what you want to eat.
Nobody said
It
what
it
you want to
was
eat.
it was really a
It was giving. You don't think you want to be single?
it was giving I could be single 2 days a week, but then I need my wife back.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm not saying like you can be single 2 days a week, but like you can't be
Oh,
with nobody.
see, look.
I'm not saying go out there and be with somebody those 2
Uh,
days. I'm just saying
I'm just saying, just, you
like
can leave.
yeah, just leave and I'll
I
leave.
did. I left for 2 days, and you complained about 2 days.
Yeah. I really missed you at night though.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, I had to tell my mom that. I was like, Mom, okay, so first of all, for the people listening, I went and spent 2 days at my sister's house this past weekend because my sister has moved to Colorado. So my mother and I went up to
Didn't
her
you put
house
her whole
up
business out there?
north. Well, she's moved out of the state. We went up north to, spend time with her before she made a trip because she's just making a trip. She didn't like move there. She was
Mhm.
just making a trip to Colorado. And so everything is fine. Like, of course, I love, both of my nephews are there. My great niece is there. My mom, my sister. We went out for like a family dinner. Can't tell you when's the last time that happened, but it was like super fun,
Both the
super
boys
cool.
went?
The second night, yeah, both of the boys went. Like it was,
Oh
it was
wow.
literally just like old times, like when they were kids,
Oh
and we were
wow.
just all together. And I was just like, I'm loving it, and I really do think they were feeling the same way too, because my youngest nephew, his name is Demarie, and he was like, I get off of work at 3. Like I went and visited him at work the day before. And when I walked in, he was like, oh, auntie. Like he was really surprised. So I think they were kind of feeling having like a family
Well, because
there
they ain't
too.
used to it.
And but when it came down to the nighttime, like when me and Phoenix was ready to wind down, her too, she was the same way. Like when we was ready to wind down, it was like, if we weren't so far away from home,
We be home.
we would be
So y'all didn't miss me. Y'all just
home.
missed y'all beds.
We missed everything. We missed you, our beds, the home, like our routine.
You've heard it here first, people.
Like everything.
You've heard it here first. I am not shit to my
Okay,
family.
goodbye. You are. And it's funny because it took me back to when I was younger. That one time that my mom let me stay the night around the corner at my friend's house. And my mom said the same thing. She was like, that's exactly why you couldn't stay the night at anybody's house either. Because, like, for one, she wasn't feeling it. She was like, but for two, the one time you did, when it was time to go to bed, you called and was like,
come pick me up.
Well, the fun is over. So,
and I feel that's exactly the way
Phoenix would be
at that damn
if
sleepover.
we let her go to sleepover.
Yes.
She'd be like, well,
Oh, well, are we done playing?
Are we done? Because if it's time to go to sleep,
I'm gonna call my dad.
I'm gonna go ahead and call my mom and dad.
Come get me. Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep here because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it is, I mean, not being in your routine and not being in your bed at night is just
It hit different.
It hit different.
Hit
And I've been
different.
to some really nice hotels, and even that does not compare.
I don't know.
That does not compare to my bed.
Let me say something. That Hyatt.
It still didn't.
That Hyatt
Still didn't compare to my bed.
next to SeaWorld in San Diego.
Really?
That was like 8 years ago. It was a long time we stayed there. That bed was probably my favorite vacation.
Still doesn't compare to my bed.
Now the one in the Hilton in New York got to do better.
It still didn't compare to
we was
my
in
bed.
Manhattan. I thought it'd be a little more comfortable.
No, I mean nothing beats the comforts of like having my 8 pillows behind me.
16.
And having my pillows behind me, having my favorite blanket, like my favorite pillow for my leg, and nothing beats
You
it.
miss your massager the most.
My massager, my heating pad on my back.
Did y'all see it? It is literally a performance for her to get ready to sleep.
He always talks crap. So I have like, let me see, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4,
You gotta
5,
count in your
6,
head.
7. So I have 7 pillows. Then I have my heating pad for my back if my back is like, acting up. And then I have my shoulder thing I put on for my massager. And then I put on my eye mask. And then I have my little elevator thing for my legs. I have all that on the side of my bed. And he be looking at me like, when he comes in the room and he sees me all set up, he's like, this is ridiculous. But it's comfortable.
But I also know I got to catch you before you set up if I want to get lucky.
Yeah, you do. Because once I set my pillows up, once my eye mask is going, once I got the heating pad and the shoulder massager going, and my legs is elevated.
I always say
It's not gonna
once
happen.
that heating pad is at full power,
Not gonna
I'm
happen.
out of time
Yep. Yep.
because she's not gonna let the heat off her back.
Nope. I'm not gonna do it.
What we got today?
Not gonna do it.
What we got today? What we got today?
It's a reaction. It's a reaction video. So, I feel like it's your I don't want to say typical, but the things that constantly come up in marriage and the way he kind of
Money,
simplified
power,
it.
and sex?
Bye. The way he kind of simplified it in here is
No Diddy.
just want to have the conversation
Okay, well, let's
about.
have it. Let's hear it.
All right.
So I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why wives lose respect for their husbands the most, at least the ones that I see most commonly with my patients. Okay. Number 1 is what you might as a husband think of as avoiding responsibility because you're busy and tired. For a woman, it comes off as lazy. So while they're kind of maintaining the household, you come home, it looks like you don't want to help. That looks like laziness, and that's very hard for women to kind of deal with when they've been home all day working. Number 2, emotional neglect. If you don't know how to empathize with your wife, if you're always trying to solve her problems and not actually understand emotionally where she's at, that's going to lose respect. And the number 1 reason that wives lose respect for their husbands is a lack of follow through. So husbands will say, yes, you're right, I'll change, and then nothing changes. That will lose respect more than anything, and it's the hardest one to come back from.
Oh, wow.
What are your thoughts
I'm take my
about?
I'm taking my glasses back off for this one.
And here's the thing with this. Because we also do have, some fathers who were like the roles were reversed. You know what I mean? Like if you have stay-at-home fathers, or if you have the father who's
But
the
I think
default
he's talking
parent.
about a situation where they both working. Because I'll be damned if I come in this house.
It didn't sound like
I'll be
it.
damned if I
But
come
I
in this house
mean,
after working 13 hours. You talking about I need you to do something around here.
well, see, and here's the thing, and I thought about that too. So the way I think about that for like myself, and I've talked to you about this before too, is like on the weekends.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you know what I
different.
mean? Like on the weekends during the week, there is a whole schedule that happens. You know what I mean? You go to work, I'm here, she's at school. That gives me time to do what I need to do here, whatever. Like I always tell you, before you've been home like this extended period of time, you never knew what went on during the day.
It's
at
wild.
home.
It's
You
wild.
never knew what went on during the
They
day.
getting away with
So-
highway murder.
So when you came home at night, it was like my only end game was to how the house would be and how the house would look when you came home.
Mhm.
I created the illusion for you.
You really
that,
did. You really did.
That is what your household
now
is
that
like
the curtain has been peeled back,
right.
and I see the truth. Because let me tell y'all something. Hold on, baby.
Wait.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all something out there. If you don't know, I've been off work for a while from whatever reasons. But while I was working, my wife had me believe, she had me spoiled. Because I would come home every day to a meal,
Mhm.
a clean house,
Mhm.
and a freshly showered wife.
Mhm.
And I loved it.
Mhm.
Now that I have been home, I understand
Things are way different.
that meal, that shower, and that clean home all took place 40 to 50 minutes
Before I got home.
before I clocked out.
Now you know why also I used to hate when you would like
Come on early.
just pop up and I'll be like, seriously, dude, you have to tell me when you're coming home. You tell me when you're clocking out. Because here's the thing. Like, now we're getting kind of like off subject, but the thing is I started to drive myself crazy trying to, especially when she was little and required a lot more attention, trying to keep the
More
house,
attention now.
trying to like keep everything in order and keep the house how it was when you came home, like
Mhm.
during the day.
Mhm.
Like I was literally walking behind her and trying to clean things up every time we messed up the dishes. Like, and it was just too much. So I was just like, we just gonna live. Like it's a house. It's supposed to be lived in. Okay. It gets messy. Like, she's fine. I'm okay. We're having fun together. Like, I'm interacting with her. We would go to the park. Like, my thing was, if the whole purpose of me being here was to take care of her, that's what I'm going to do. Like, she
Yeah.
wasn't growing up in filth or anything like
I
that.
never
You know
said
what I'm
that.
saying? No, I know, but I'm just saying. So once I kind of like figured out my routine, my thing was like, okay, I'm going to just do night cleaning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to stress myself all through the day, because my
And let me tell
my
y'all,
end,
she do not stress her.
my end of the bargain was, okay, if I'm going to go, like you said, if I'm going to go to work, like, I don't think it's asking too much, that the house is taken care
Yeah.
of, she's taken care of, blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, okay, as long as he come home to a clean house, his kid is taken care of, like, I don't look a hot mess, and he can eat. I mean, I've done my bargain.
And I didn't complain much.
I know you didn't complain.
Much.
I know you didn't complain.
Much.
So, but anyway, like, kind of going back to what he was saying, with husbands who appear to be lazy, with like our situation on the weekend, when you were working all day during the week, that's when I would be like, okay, dude, like, you don't get to completely be hands off. And I think that's kind of where some people take the whole, you know, if
Mhm.
you're at home and I work and kind of thing,
Mhm.
or even if it's both parents working,
Mhm.
it's automatically like, just because you go out and you work and you provide for your family, you
Mhm.
think you can be hands off with majority of everything, or you
Mhm.
use the excuse like, okay, well, when I tried, the kids don't take to me like they take to you.
Okay, hold
It's
on. So
no. You don't get an out.
hold on. So I'm not giving people out. No?
Here we go.
But you know me. I gotta shoot my fellas bail.
Okay, go ahead.
You know.
Go ahead.
Sometimes
Go ahead. You finna try to explain it.
us as men,
Uh-huh.
we just don't want to be in the way.
Okay. Don't start that, because he says that. He's only saying that because this was a recent topic in our household, and he and I just got into a tiff. Okay, a little tussle, if you'd say. And so now he's about to try to explain what he tried to explain to me the other day about, I just didn't want to be in your way. Bullshit.
Sometimes we get out the way because a lot of it's like the other doctor has said.
Uh-huh.
I forgot her name.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times, even when we do the action,
Uh-huh.
whatever it may be,
Uh-huh.
we then, instead of getting praised for completing the action,
Uh-huh.
we get criticized because we didn't do it to your standard.
Okay, so I want to talk about something really
Okay,
quick.
now
too.
you can interject something. Come on.
No, I'm just saying, because this whole, and I only say this because we just had a recent discussion with another friend of ours, a couple, and you and him,
Yeah, we're not gonna
mentioned about this praise.
Yeah.
And what us wives were trying to explain to you guys is,
Mhm.
okay, he said, when I take out the trash, I expect to be rewarded. It's your trash.
Okay, here.
You live in the house.
Y'all took that
You
the-
contributed to the
y'all
trash.
took
And just
that
like
the-
how
hold
you
on.
say we don't get rewarded, we
Hold on.
get. But the thing is, it's
The
like,
rewarded was probably not the best word.
but you used it.
The word
But
I didn't.
you used
I didn't
it.
use it. He used it.
No,
The proper
just used
the
it.
proper word would be more so the recognition, the acknowledgement
Okay.
that not only did we go out and provide today, we came in and we helped in the area, and especially in our dynamic, in which I'm really not supposed to help in because of our agreement. But so I can't.
Okay, go ahead. Finish.
Right?
No, just finish.
So if I go to work and then I come home and I cook, I'm not. That's not part of the agreement. The agreement is if I'm working, you're cooking.
Okay,
Right?
that's fine.
So and by acknowledgement, what I'm saying is all I need is just a quick, simple, I appreciate you, babe, or thanks for cooking, babe. Which a lot of times you do, right? But recently, since I've been off,
Yeah,
now you expect me to do things,
because you're in the house,
right?
Because you're here every day.
But
with me.
I'm still carrying the financial load 100%,
Okay.
whether I'm here or not.
Okay, but you still help.
So
but-
that's why I
but-
stay out the way.
Okay, no. No, that's
stay
not
in-
how that
I
works.
stay in my office.
No, that's not how that works. Now,
Okay.
I will give you credit. I will give you credit
Oh,
that
now.
you have you have, because of the last discussion that we had, that I had with you
Stop touching my hand.
about, I'm gonna touch your hand, about because you're here, right? You can be more involved in the house. Like you can be
And I
more,
have been.
and you have been. So
I
that's
just draw the
why,
line at cleaning. I
that's-
really don't like cleaning.
Maurice, I don't think nobody really genuinely likes cleaning, but you also don't like to live in filth, and you also don't want to model being filthy and dirty to your kid, because
Right.
then you're going to complain about her being filthy and dirty.
But I don't think I'm lazy, because I'll straighten up. I'm just not gonna deep clean.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'll straighten up.
You'll wash the dishes, but you won't clean the kitchen.
Like I'll straighten up, and it be it's like the pregame for your deep clean. So
You'll straighten up your room, but you won't dust.
So like when you get in there, you ain't gotta do as much as you would have done, because I went in there and laid the groundwork. So it's like to use a baseball reference. Shout out to the Dodgers, to just won my Dodgers. To use a reference, I lead off,
Mhm.
right? I'm lead off batter, and then you bat fourth. You clean up. So I lead off. I go in there. I take care of the minor stuff, and then you come in there and just hit them.
Reese, please don't make me hit you. I don't condone violence. Please don't make me. Please don't make me hit you. I don't condone
But I would
violence.
say, but going back to the video, I would say that I can see how that can be a thing, because I know a lot of men whose their view on things is, if I'm paying the bills, I shouldn't have to do anything else.
Right.
Right. And I don't subscribe to that. I do think that paying the bills, like we talk about this often, right? This is really irritating me. We talk about this often, that financial provision is just part of provision, right?
Mhm.
It's not where it starts or where it ends, right?
Yeah.
Especially when children are involved,
Yeah.
right? So being active, helping with the children, that's going to include doing things that, Lord knows, that things that I don't want to do,
Right.
but I still do them because I'm a part of the family. I'm a part of the union.
That's the part.
And I have to, sometimes, like we said, sometimes my role is adjusted on the fly based off the needs
Of the family. Mhm.
right? So I can
Yes.
see how laziness be a trigger, because if you have someone, like, if I'm going to work, right, Monday through Friday, like you said, Monday through Friday, you had no problem with me not doing nothing Monday through Friday.
Right. I didn't
Right.
expect you to. You were working
Right.
14, 16-hour
But
days.
but if on Saturday and Sunday, I'm sitting on the couch all day while you're doing laundry and you're taking kids to practice and grocery shopping and all
Yeah.
that, and you look over, then I can see how you view me as lazy, because I always say, it's like, the weird thing about the dynamic that we have now with you being a stay-at-home mom is that neither one of us really gets a day off,
Right.
right? We just get a day off from
The schedule.
certain roles, right?
Mhm.
So on my weekend, I'm no longer an employee, but
Yeah.
now I'm an employee at home, because
Mhm.
now I have to come in to kind of ease up off you so that you can have some time to yourself.
Yeah.
Because just how I want time to myself, you want time to yourself. That's
And then
why
we got to find time together as a family.
right? That's
Yeah.
why I like I always tell people, the way it works for us is that my first day off is family day. This is the time where I'm going to spend time with you. I'm going to spend time with
Mhm.
her. We're gonna do a bonding
Something
thing,
together.
Something we're gonna do something together. Whether it's go out to eat, go to a movie, go whatever.
Take her somewhere.
Take whatever it is. That's family day. The day before I go back to work, the morning of the day, I'll do family stuff.
Yeah.
But midday, it's me.
It's just you.
It's
yeah.
me.
And that works, but I think when he's talking about this, I think there are some
Well, they're just not doing shit.
There's some men who literally just think, if I'm taking the financial load off of you,
You should do everything.
you can take everything else. And the thing is if you have a man who is out there busting his butt to provide for an entire household financially, for me personally, as your wife and as your woman, I had no problem being at home, like, doing what I need to do at home.
Yeah, your couple elections should show me that you had no problem being here.
Bye. I had no problem doing that. Now, granted, yes, it gets tired. It gets tiring, right? And
So
I
does
think
going to work.
and so does going to work. But I think like how you said was, there's moments where you also recognize that even though I worked 16 hours today,
I still gotta do something.
but you come home and it's a weekday and you can see that she's not asleep yet and I'm having a tough time putting her down.
Mhm.
you're still a father.
And that's why
You're still a husband, you're still a father, and even on those, it may not happen every single day, but for you to
But when
just
it
turn,
happens,
but when it happens,
yes.
you also have to recognize that you are still someone's father and someone's husband. And even though you went out there and worked 16 hours and you've been gone since the crack of dawn, if your wife still needs to say like, hey, like tap in, or if you see that she's struggling, you cannot sit there and just be like, well, I worked 16 hours today and I'm tired as hell, so I'm finna go to sleep.
This is how I look at it. First of all, let me just say this. The 3 things he lists, to me, they're all intertwined.
Yeah,
They're
for
all,
sure.
They're all intertwined.
For sure.
But the way I look at it is, as a man, me, myself, I'm not going to speak for all men, me, myself, I look at it as is, depending on the space I'm in, I wear a different hat. Right? And just because I clocked out, right? So at work, I'm provider. I'm provider mode. I am earning the living, right? Then I walk through this door and now I'm husband and father. Right? I'm not husband and father in my role while working. While those are still part of my identity, they're not in the forefront of my identity.
It's not what you're focused on right now.
So when I come into the home, I have to switch my brain. Now I'm husband and father. And now I have to look and say, well, I just gave my employer my devotion for however long. Now it's time for me to pour into my family if my family needs me. And that's the mindset I have. That's why I understand that when I come home some days, I'm gonna have to do some things that I'm tired. Everybody's tired. Even the child is tired because Lord knows her schedule is rigorous too. So it's just something that I've learned, that this is just the way of life. It's not that I don't feel like, when I come home and do something like, oh my God, here she goes. She just, she just
wants to be on my nerves to be on my nerves.
Because I also understand that, like going into the second thing, the emotional thing, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I also know that sometimes when I come home, I can look at you and say, she is emotionally done.
Yeah.
And when I see your face, I go, okay, now I have to get up and carry this part of the relationship. So I'll tell you, hey babe, just go lay down. I got it. I'll deal with her.
Yeah.
Because when you start yelling and you get short with her, she has been on your nerves for a long time. And then when you start getting overwhelmed, that's not good for nobody in the house.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna just say it, the house don't run right if you're not here. I'm just saying. Because I don't know where shit is at.
Obviously. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Right? So that's part of me being in tune with your emotion and being able to pick up on how you're feeling emotionally, right? Now the part he spoke to about not trying to fix all your problems, for men that's hard. Because we're problem fixers.
Yeah.
But I think that's why for us, the whole rule we have of, am I responding or am I listening? So that way I know. Because if I'm responding, if you want me to respond what you're trying to tell me, I'm going to try to fix what's going on. If you just want me to listen, I'm going to just let you get it off, walk away, and then I'm going to respond to it a couple of days later.
And we've talked about that.
So, but that seems to work to us, right? But we asked that we have that open dialogue before we get into the so that way.
And it doesn't always work, but
okay, most of the time.
Yeah,
but sometimes I know, like, okay, is this a conversation where I just need to hold you and let you get it out?
Yeah.
Or do I need to sit back and let you cuss me out because everybody else made you mad?
Or just like let me unload,
right.
But also when I do unload, I'm not expecting for the solution. I'm just expecting for you to see my perspective and just to support my side.
And I understand that. And a lot of times us as men, the logical thinking works against us because we are not attuned to our woman's emotions because we're not putting in the effort to be.
Yeah, and then you're probably also thinking that it would just be quicker if I can just do it and get it done with.
Let me because the default answer is let me solve the problem,
so we can just be done with.
So
this.
It's not a problem.
Yeah,
and then she won't feel this way.
Yeah,
but a lot of times, what I've learned is that a lot of times y'all really don't want the problem solved. Y'all just want to complain about it.
Okay,
and go back to it. Your family, and then go back to it.
Okay,
that's what I say, right? And then tying it to the other part, which I agree 100%, the no follow through.
Oh, nothing worse.
The no follow through. This is where you lose all trust.
Like he said, respect.
trust, respect, all that.
All of it goes down the drain.
Now,
what do I always tell you? I just told this to you the other day.
I don't listen to you.
Oh.
You say so much, I can't keep up.
I said, never what? Never overestimate what you're gonna get done and under deliver.
Right.
I can't. Because my brain cannot take it. My brain cannot take it.
Yeah.
And I tried to say it so nicely to you when we were in the car because I could see the look on your face and I knew how heated I was getting. And I was like, do not overestimate. Don't tell me you're going to do something and under deliver because
I was trying to explain.
You lost me.
I was trying to explain that sometimes things are said at a certain time and then the variables change in the equation. And so the outcome.
I'm trying to explain it away.
So then the outcome is not what I projected it to be, because now there's other factors in play, right? But nonetheless, it's still my bad. This is why I stopped making promises.
When it comes, I don't care what it is. When it comes to house projects, when it comes to scheduling trips, I told him, I was like, you can't do that. Like, if you really want me to give you the side eye and you really want to be around here not knowing where my attitude and everything comes from,
I know where it comes from.
Go ahead and overestimate what you can deliver, and we gonna have a big problem.
Well, we supposed to be talking about marriage in general. Why are you talking about me?
Well, I'm just talking about that is marriage in general. We're married.
Talking about me. Oh my gosh. Act like I'm out here just
real relationship and marriage discussions.
You got out here acting like I'm just not following through with nothing.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. If your follow through was a problem, I would not be here. I promise you that.
When you give a man a house project, it may not be done in 6 hours, 6 days,
6 years,
6 decades, but it's gonna get done when we have time.
No,
when we have time, because like I've said before, it's not that we don't want to do it. It's just when life hits us, and a lot of times we just forget, or it's no longer a priority.
I love how you try to keep saying we, but this is literally the explanation you gave me about you with the flower bed.
When I said we, I'm talking about men.
Oh.
We men.
Yeah, I know, but you're referring to you, but disguising it as a we, as men. Because we're talking about the damn flower bed in the front of the house.
A lot of times, 50% of a project is better than none. Okay.
So, what about 20% of a project?
That far better 50% done. All it needs is soil.
All it needs is to be put together.
It's soil. This ain't about me. This is about marriages.
It's about marriages. You're right. So
I can understand how the no follow through consistently can be. Yeah, because it builds up a lack of trust.
Absolutely.
Because a woman has to be able to feel as if she can count on her partner.
You.
And if she feels like she can't count on you because every time she's coming to you for something and you're promising something and not following through, you're now showing her a pattern of unreliability,
which is not security.
And if you're not not reliable, you can't then confirm with her that she's secure in her position, or even whatever the finance, whatever the case may be, right? So a lot of times we as men have to understand and recognize that our actions that our words accompanied with our actions are really what's important. Yeah. That if you say something, your actions better
back it up
so that you can stay on that pedestal or stand on that mantle or whatever it is your partner has you on.
Right.
Stay in a positive light in their eyes.
Yeah.
Because if you're constantly promising something and then backtracking, and you become unreliable, then they're going to stop asking you for things because they're not going to trust that you can complete or do things.
Or go out and get it for themselves. And then that's going to leave you feeling some type of way because their attitude will definitely change. And when their attitude changes, then it's like, why you being mean to me?
But like I said, to my fellas out there when you working 60 hours a week, you don't want to be doing half this shit.
Listen, I can understand that, but that's why I
And a lot
say
of times we
do
gotta.
not overcommit and under deliver. Only commit to what you can physically and know what you can do. If you're a person who works 60 hours a week, if you're a husband who works 60 hours a week, but you've promised a 2-story treehouse to your kids,
Oh, I would
but
never do that.
but you work 60 hours a week.
I would never
Be
do that.
realistic.
Because I'm not going to take it down when code enforcement comes.
BFF. What? How does it say BFFR?
I don't know.
Be fucking for real. Like, when are you gonna have the time to build a 2-story treehouse? You
On
work
vacation.
60 hours a week.
I'm on vacation.
So don't overestimate what
Let me
you
say
can
this.
deliver. Be reasonable. If all you can do is like a little tent hut,
Can I,
that's all I can commit to
can I
right
say
now.
something?
Whatever you can commit to.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Fellas, we got to stop saying we going to get things done on vacation. Because the
That's
truth,
like saying I'm gonna pay you back when I get my taxes.
because the truth of the matter is the second we on vacation, we don't want to do shit. So
Because you want to be on vacation.
because it makes the task, it makes the honey-do list, it makes the old weekend projects that much more daunting if it's not something you're into. Now, like if you're into carpentry or whatever the case may be, yeah, you're looking forward to that. But if it's something you're not looking forward to, because you have the option of relaxing,
Yeah, you are going to choose to relax.
you're going to choose to relax.
Especially if you work
And then when you do
a
that,
lot.
she's going to look at you as if you're not following through.
Yeah.
And ladies, stop trying to spend all of our vacation time doing what you want to do. Give us some days to ourselves. But
I do agree with that.
But not more than 40 hours.
Okay.
Because then I'm going to have a problem.
Goodbye. I do agree with that. I do think everybody, this goes back to what we've talked about before. Everybody needs time to themselves. Like everybody needs like a little period of time.
Period.
A little period.
Shout out to
Period.
Latiana.
Poo. Everybody does need a little time to themselves to recharge, to be in their own presence.
Yes.
Like the conversation we were having with our other couple friends and another mom. And when I was telling them that I go off and I get lunch by myself and I go and I park somewhere, and I have a favorite parking lot I like to go to.
It's Michael's.
And it's safe. It's not Michael's. It's not. No, it's not. It's not Michael's. It's a parking lot where no one is there. Why would I be in a parking lot where there's full of people? No.
You're right.
Anyway, I have a favorite spot that I like to go to, and I'll go and grab lunch, or I'll go and grab myself a smoothie or something, and I'll sit there and I'll turn on a show, or I'll bring my journal or my iPad with me, and I'll either sit in that parking lot and I'll journal, or I'll sit in that parking lot and I'll look at a movie or something. But it literally is just time to myself. Like, or if, she's down for a nap and, you're in the room, I'll be in the room by myself, or I like to go to the closet. That's one of my other favorite places. But just so that I can have time with Kainisha, I need that time with myself. And some of the other moms are like, you don't feel guilty?
Hell no.
Like having your family at home and no, I don't.
Hell no.
I don't. Because I know that in order for me
I don't feel guilty either.
in order for me to try to show up for you guys, I have to pour into me somehow.
Like you said, everybody needs a chance to recharge.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just and here's the thing, I enjoy my company.
You're pretty cool.
I enjoy me.
Cool.
I enjoy being like, I remember the first time I went to a movie by myself. I
It's the
literally
best.
took myself on a date. I took myself to dinner and I went to a movie and I had the best time.
Because I
The
agree with
best
that. I agree with
time.
that because when I take myself out, I have the best conversation.
You have the best conversations, the
Because
best
because
time.
I am really funny.
Okay, if you're literally having a whole conversation
I
like
am.
that with yourself, I don't. That's not
I am a great conversationalist.
okay. I don't. We might need to get you checked out or have you see someone else. Are you answering your own questions?
Of course, I have the best
Oh
answers.
no, you don't answer your own questions. That's not a good sign.
Okay, this has been another episode of Life After
I love you. I'm teasing, but yeah, but like you were saying with the whole follow through, I think he was dead on in making that number one. He was definitely dead on in making that number one.
But the no follow through goes both ways.
Absolutely, totally
Right?
agree.
Now, I
Totally
would
agree.
say this list works for men too, except for the second one. Like you don't really
Oh,
have to
the
be
emotional.
You don't right. As long as you beating our knees, you ain't gotta really meet us emotional. We'll figure that because we lots of times men don't know how to process it. A lot of times men don't know how to process their emotion anyway, right? Outside
So we're
of,
just gonna ignore them.
outside of anger. But for men, like, yeah, if you tell me you're gonna do something, I expect you to do it as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you be like, hey,
Me in the bedroom.
you hit me up like, hey, babe, I'm gonna do a little freak thing. You like, I'm
But
expecting
then I
that.
put my eye mask on.
Right. Like that train going around. Do I wake up next day? What's good, my boy?
None.
What's good, my boy?
when you ignored your husband last night, and he wake up now, he one of your homies.
Yeah.
You obviously just my homie.
Because you done send me all these spicy texts all day. I called you talking spicy. Now I come home, you act like you tired, your head hurt, you sleep. Nah.
Drink this water.
You better fall through. Here goes some Advil. Because now I got all this pent up in me to let out.
I worked 16 hours and I waited to get home.
They worked these 16 minutes.
16 minutes?
Yeah, that's it. I got to give you some foreplay.
That's still a long time.
Okay. Well, 11600 minutes, seconds.
Bye, babe.
However long that is. Somebody do the math, put it in the comments. 1600.
Wait, I don't know. That just took me on a detour because I can't remember what it was I was watching, but they were talking about how when people talk about they can be intimate and stuff for hours and hours at a time.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody popped in, stitched it, and was like, who's having sex for an hour? No one's doing that.
Especially if you got kids.
No one's having sex for an hour.
If you have kids and you get a solid like 10 to just y'all two, you can do a lot of 10.
You can do a lot. I mean, 10 minutes is a long time.
A lot.
10 minutes is a long time.
A lot. I know because I wrestled, and wrestling rounds are 3 minutes.
And it was like the longest 3 minutes of your life.
If you don't think a minute's a long time,
a minute is a long time. Get on the rope at the gym.
Yeah, or plank.
Yeah, plank.
For 3 minutes.
Plank.
or sprint at full speed for 1 minute.
For 1 minute, yeah. You never know that. Like when I had you on that rope, you was looking at me like, "Is a minute up?" That's 60 seconds is a long time when you sitting there on that rope, huh?
Feel like my heart's about to blow up.
Right. All right, let's move on into our 2 cents. Our 2 cents. I'm gonna do like this. Our 2 cents. Okay. Ready?
You out.
All right. Am I the asshole for posting screen recordings of my husband talking to his mistress, who's also married?
Hold on. Wait, what? Hold on. Posting
screen recordings of my husband.
Like they were FaceTiming?
Talking to his mistress, who's also married.
They were like FaceTiming?
Just like their messages and stuff.
Oh, like, okay.
She took a screen
like screenshots. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, she on.
I've been married to my husband for almost 5 years. Mm-hmm. During this time, he has put me through hell.
Oh, damn.
Finding out about him cheating and being an addict.
What kind of addict?
Probably drugs. None of which I signed up for. I've been faithful and true to him. He's been horribly abusive to me, financially, emotionally, and mentally. Mm-hmm. I forgave him for his infidelity about a year ago. I know he's cheated on me more. I just don't have proof. But the girl that he's cheated with is a girl he's had something to do with for most of his adult life. She cheats on him with her husband, and obviously he does the same to me. I told him that I want a divorce a couple of months ago. We're still living together, but are looking to get divorced. I'm logged into his TikTok account, and he doesn't know it. It was set up using my email, and he thinks that I have forgot. I have screen recordings of them expressing their love and desires to be together, making plans to get away together. He has most of the people in his life convinced that he's a great guy, like he's fooled me. He's a covert narc by definition. I want so badly to post the screen recordings so they can be outed. Would I be an asshole? Would you do it?
Well, I don't think you'd be an asshole.
Okay.
But you'd be petty. And I like it.
So would you do it? The second part was, she said, would you do it?
I say post them.
So you would?
Just put a drama.
I would post them too. I would post them.
Look at you. Start the fire.
I would post them only because he has everyone.
You start the fire. I got the lighter fluid.
Bye. I would post it only because I know people like that, that have other people fooled. You know, like if I didn't know the ins and outs and you around here and everyone thinks like you're just You're just as sweet as American pie,
Mhm.
and you do no wrong. And so if you guys were to get divorced, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, what happened?
See,
Like, he was such a good
yeah.
guy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, boo, this is what he been doing behind closed doors.
I want to say that I love when couples do this on Facebook, and I get to read because it's like you're reading the fight, and
I hate that.
and I be like,
I actually hate that because they write like they talk,
I
and then
know,
it doesn't make
but
sense.
then I'm looking for updates constantly. Like, look at-
That's because you just like drama.
I don't like drama in my life. I like looking at
That's
drama.
terrible. That's terrible.
But man, I
would post it.
I don't think you would be an asshole at all. Like, you've said that you've been married 5 years. He's been repeatedly cheating on you. He so-called, if he really loves this woman as much, I mean, I don't understand what's taking so long to get the divorce.
Apparently, there's some hoops and hurdles some people have to go through to
The
get divorced.
fees?
It's not as easy apparently to dissolve.
You want to test it and see?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go back if we do.
Oh, damn! I didn't think about that.
Yeah, think about it.
So we just be living like.
Bye.
being
Anywho, I think you know what sticks out for me about that is
What's that?
how many times we hear and read about people in marriages developing addictions.
Oh yeah.
That part for me is what really sticks out, because a lot of the behavior could also stem from him developing an addiction,
True.
right?
True.
So it's like, what has happened and what
Right.
has transpired that
Because
he even
this could be a response to trauma, some type of trauma.
with the addiction. Like that part right there is a little frightening.
Dang,
for
baby,
me.
you shot a bill. I didn't have to shoot a bill. You shooting a bill.
Okay, I'm not trying. That's not what I'm trying to
You
do.
shooting him.
I'm not trying to
He's
do
going
that.
through something.
I could
She's
still
saying-
very much give you grace and divorce your
He's
ass.
saying she.
I could still very much understand where you're coming from and still divorce you.
Let me talk like my homeboy. What she's saying, beloved,
Okay, we're not doing this.
is that
Okay,
homie may be
this
going
has
through.
been
Homie may be going through something
No.
that he don't feel comfortable about talking to you, and this is his trauma response. Now, I'm not saying what he doing is right.
okay. Now cut it
What I'm
out.
saying
Now cut it
is-
out.
He may
Cut it out.
just need some help to see his
Cut it out.
wrongdoing.
Cut it out. I'm not doing this with you today. I'm not.
No, post them though. Post them.
Yeah.
And when you post them, can you in the,
You know, I'm thinking about it more and more. Maybe I wouldn't post it.
why?
For me personally, that's
you-
just not who I am when I really think about it.
Why?
Like sometimes I want to be that person.
Why? Are you?
I do
Are
sometimes.
you scared of what they might say about you? If you
Oh
post
no, no. Mm-mm. I'm just saying, like me as a person.
it?
Like part of me wants to be like I want to be that get back at you person sometimes.
Well, let me show you my text
But
messages then.
I just don't think that I have it in me, because part of me always feels like by me doing nothing, your karma is gonna
Be worse.
your karma's gonna be worse,
Oh.
and I don't need to
Push it along.
like add to that.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to add to that. Like,
I'm happy
and the
you
fact,
feel that way because
but
I'm
now-
posting them.
but not only that, my lack of reaction
Uh-huh.
or revenge
Uh-huh.
also makes it worse for the person who wronged me.
Oh wow.
Because you doing something back to them or getting revenge is something that they expect. When you do nothing, they're not expecting that.
Right.
So then
because-
they have no choice but to sit with the decisions that they've made and how they've wronged you. And that feels worse
Right. Because a lot of times people want you to do something back so they
to justify.
what they're doing.
It's going to justify their
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah.
And me personally, I enjoy, like I told you when we had the conversation about the whole cheating thing, the whole adultery, like if I ever caught you cheating or something, part of me would just be like, okay. And I know by me not reacting or me not, trying to get my revenge or yelling, screaming, hooping, and hollering at you, it's going to eat you up, and I'll get satisfaction knowing that you're miserable.
Oh,
That's where my satisfaction
it's
comes
not
from.
gonna work if I know that's your game plan.
It still would, because I also know you. But in this situation,
It really sucks being a
this-
good guy.
they really do finish last sometimes.
It-
Just teasing.
This has been another episode.
I'm so-
Ladies, I might be single soon.
I love you.
If any ladies out there looking for a man that works 12 hours a day,
You haven't worked 12 hours a day in the past 2 months.
when I go back,
Oh, okay.
if you're looking for a man that
When
works,
I go back,
averages about 12 hours a day, I'm a decent earner.
no more 16s.
No more, so I can't do that. can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
Cut the tape. I'm done.
You got the tape.
Them 16s hit different.
Got the tape.
Them 14 and 16s hit different.
Oh, I'm sure.
You be mad.
I can only recall 2 instances in my life where I stayed at work. One for 14 hours and one for 16 hours. And I said,
when you work,
you won't get me again. You won't get me twice.
When you do 16s, you lose track of what day it is. And then
I think if you're doing them consistently.
And then you just be irritated for no reason.
No, you're irritated for a reason.
Well, no,
it's called lack of sleep, improper diet, having to be somewhere you don't want to be for hours at a time. There's a whole host of reasons.
Well, Savannah, if you're listening, I'm a good man.
Are you going to be good to her broke, though?
I ain't going to be broke.
When you leave up out of here, you will be.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I got a plan for the plan.
Oh, I hope so, because Savannah, I'm just letting you know.
Call my good buddy Dexter Morgan.
Just saying, Savannah, you can have him, but you won't have him the way I do. But you can have him. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good. Ooh, that feels nice. Babe, your gym sessions are paying off.
Okay,
I'm rubbing his arm.
This has
by
been
the way, for
another
those who are
episode
listening.
of Life After I Do.
Did we just switch to talk?
Yeah, because you're doing the most.
Your arm feels good.
If you're not already, you can follow us on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and OnlyPans.
If there was one.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe,
share, repost,
tell a friend to
I
tell
guess that's sharing.
Yeah, tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like always, there's new episodes every Wednesday. And until next time, peace, Booskies.
Peace, Booskies.